in. What brings you in today?
Well, I felt like maybe I needed to talk to someone because I'm feeling really stressed right now about kind of a bunch of different things in my life, and I just kind of wanted to talk through them and, see where I want to head with them.
Okay, is there anything specific you'd like to talk about?
Well, I think the biggest stress right now is trying to figure out if I want to continue to get my master's right after I complete my bachelor's degree, or if I want to go into work and go that route, and I just can't really decide. I kind of change my mind every day a little bit, and I'm a little undecisive about it.
Okay, so it kind of sounds like you're a little frustrated and most definitely undecided about what you want to do after you graduate.
It's definitely frustrating. I think that's the right word for it, because I'm usually really organized and really on top of things and know what I'm doing next, and have it all planned out. And this I just kind of can't decide because I feel like there's good and bad to each one, and all my friends, I feel like they already know what one they want to do. So yeah, I'm definitely frustrated, and I'm not used to being that indecisive about big decisions, so.
Yeah, and it kind of sounds like you almost feel a little behind because everyone else kind of has an idea of where they want to go and you don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I mean, I'm listening to my friends kind of talk about what schools they're going to go to for their masters or what agencies they want to work, for, and I can't even get to that step because I haven't really even decided, what one I want to do next. So yeah, I feel a little behind, definitely.
Yeah. Is there anything you've done to maybe kind of help you, lean toward one way or another? Like if you want to go to grad school or if you want to enter the work field, have you done any research on either of those areas?
No, I kind of just go back and forth. It kind of depends day to day, because I feel like with grad school, I think that, I definitely learn more and have a higher degree, obviously, which could get me in some higher positions and jobs. And I like to learn, but I'm kind of done with school for a while. I've been in school for, a lot of years. And so it's just that kind of thing, and grad school is expensive too, so, and I'm also, so I guess that's kind of the pros and cons for that, but, going into the workforce right away, I feel like, I'm really excited to get into, my work and everything, and I'm really excited to look into different agencies, and I think that it would be exciting to just kind of be done with school for a while, but at the same time, I might not get the positions that I want because I don't have a high enough level of education with the master's versus, the bachelor's if I went right away after school. So I kind of just bounce back and forth.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you did put a lot of thought into this already. Have you talked to anyone maybe about, whether anyone from grad school or anyone from the working force about whether or not they went?
I've talked to someone who went into the workforce right away after they had their bachelor's degree, and I talked with her for a little bit, and she said, how exciting it was to kind of get into the workforce and stuff, and she said for the most part she was happy with it, and it went, as she expected. She got the job she wanted to, but she also said that sometimes she wanted to, go to school a little bit first, and get her master's degree so she could have a larger, option of jobs that she was applying for after school. But now that you're saying that, I haven't really thought of talking to anyone that has gone to school right after. I think it'd probably be a good idea to get both sides of the story.
Yeah, looking at your options would definitely be a good idea.
Yeah.
Is there any other ideas that would maybe help you choose your decision or choose what you want to do after you graduate?
Well, I think maybe looking into talking to the head of my program now and seeing what they have to say, or maybe talking to agencies that I feel like maybe I feel like I'd be interested in working in, and seeing what their take is on going to school or going right into the workforce, and maybe what one they prefer better, or they could help add to my pro-con list so I could feel a little bit more educated about it and feel a little bit better about making the right decision instead of being afraid I'm making the wrong one. So.
You graduate in about 2 years,
yeah.
Right? So that time is coming up very quickly.
Yeah.
But it's still 2 years at least, so you have time to to think about it yet, and you're talking about like the pros and cons list. Do you think you could elaborate more on that? Like,
well, I guess, if the economy is still bad, like it is now, when I get done with my bachelor's degree, I guess it'd be smart for me to go on to get my master's, because then I'm not worried about trying to find a job in a job market that's, doesn't really have a lot to offer. So I guess that would be a good idea, and kind of at the same time waiting to see what the economy is like is kind of last minute kind of thing, making the decision at the last minute of when I'm graduating, and I guess I'd kind of like to have a plan before that. But a pro of working right away would definitely be like I get to experience all the things I've been learning about for 4 years, and kind of learn more about that, and then maybe go back to school and I'll know more, what I'm talking about when they're giving lectures and stuff, because I'll have had those experiences. So that would be good too. So
now you said, I want to back up a little bit and talk more about how you said that you like to have everything planned out and everything, and you're kind of struggling with this because it's not planned out. What would you like to see planned out more with it?
Well, first I guess I would like to make a decision of if I'm going to go right away or if I'm not. And I think after that, either decision, either way, if I decide either way, I think I'd kind of like to look at what program I would like to get my master's in, if it's social work, if it's counseling or something like that. And I guess after that I'd like to look at what schools I'd be interested in their programs for. I'd also like to look at what agencies I want to look at then. So I feel like all my future decisions are kind of weighing on this one right now, that I just need to kind of have an idea of it so I can step into the next decision-making process.
Okay, so you definitely want to start to have an idea of which one you want, so then you can further figure out where you want to go.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's definitely a big decision to make, and I can see how you don't want to make the wrong decision for you, so you definitely want to take your time and think through this completely. Do you think you could talk to anyone about this? I know you talked about maybe like the head of your department or someone who has gone to school. Are there any other things through the school that you go to? Do they have any options where you could actually meet with someone, like any conferences or anything?
Well, I could probably maybe, talk to some of my friends who have graduated already and talk to them about, what they want to do. I could probably also talk to people that are in the field already and, kind of shadow them and see if that's something I'd want to jump into right away, or if I'm going to want to go to school or not. I guess it's a little bit scary knowing it's such a big decision. So yeah, I can see where you'd be scared, and with the big decision like that, you want to know. But I mean, there are people out there who would be willing to help figure that out. So I mean, you don't have to be entirely worried about that. Is there anyone you'd be willing to talk to, like, in the near future, maybe? Like, the department head or anything about what you could do? Like, were any schools that they would recommend that you start checking out, maybe? Yeah, I think probably, my first step to really starting to make my decision is probably I should talk to the department head of my degree now and see what they have to say, and kind of get their take on it and go from there. I think would probably be the best step towards making a decision.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good way for you to start, I would think. And as our session is starting to draw to an end, is there anything you'd like to talk about, or anything you'd like to say on how it's going?
I don't think so. I feel like it's been really helpful for me to just kind of, say things out loud and kind of get the feedback and help of someone else. So I think it's been really helpful.
I'm glad that you decided to come in. I mean, I'm glad that you were able to bring yourself in to just even talk about it, to maybe help you find more ideas. So I want to thank you, and I hope you have a good afternoon, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, you too.